The winner is... I could break neck or two. So just show these two little dancing best. Because we're so passionate about ultrasound, we're just talking our hearts out. Right? Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Erica. I'm an ultrasound technician at this wonderful establishment, Prenatal Cinemas, and joining me is Victoria and Michelle, and they are ultrasound technicians as well.
And in case you're wondering, Prenatal Cinemas is a 3D, 4D theater for pregnant women and their loved ones.
Families from all over Southern California come here to see a 3D premiere of their baby or to find out the gender through pink or blue confetti.
And we started this channel to give you a behind-the-scenes look on this amazing experience and to discuss any pregnancy-related questions.
That's right, and it all goes down in the theater right behind us. So if you like our channel, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And today's topic, we're going to talk about our job a little bit. So today is, what does it take to be a technician? What do you look for in a technician? Where's the right place to go to get your ultrasound done by a technician? Everything technician today. And we're going to start off with, let's start from the basics. What does it take to become a technician? So we are all technicians. I have been a technician for 8 years.
I have 2 years.
6 months.
So we are all been here 6 months, but she knows what she's doing. If anybody got scammed by Victoria, you guys know she knows what she's doing. So we all been here at different times. We went to different schools. We all have our degrees, and we are all certified in diagnostic medical sonography. That is the name of the title. And if you are interested in going to ultrasound school, that is the course that you'll be taking. Right? So let's get into a little bit of what it takes to get your license.
Okay, so I think every school is different. I always start off doing research, which school is accredited and which schools are not. Like mine was not. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
But it's okay.
Mine's neither. Mine wasn't.
But it's okay because you know why? I still here. Like I
Yeah,
still
right.
made it. I feel like even though it doesn't matter what school you go to, you need to push yourself into really like, oh, I want to do this. I want to become a technician. So you need to study on your own. Like maybe I didn't go to such a good school. I mean, I did learn a lot though. Like I'm not gonna throw any shade, but I met some people along the way, and their school was pretty good. But they also complain about this school. So I guess like every school is the same thing.
Yeah, it's like
So-
some good stuff and bad stuff about it.
So at the end of the day, it's all on you. Like you have to do your own study, you have to do your own research. You have to like do your own thing technically, because you're on in competition with everybody. Like
Yeah, right. Everybody's out there trying to get them jobs, so most definitely you have to fight. What about you? What's some kind of struggles you went through, or?
So I did go to accredited school, and I think it is really important to like push yourself, like Michelle said, because I had a very late start because I should have pushed myself maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it's good to go to accredited school. That does help a lot, but it shouldn't matter in like the long run.
So then let's talk about the difference between a school that is accredited and a school that is not accredited. So we all have not went to a school that was not accredited. Not that it is any better than not that it's any better than a school that is accredited. So how it works is we all go through the same courses.
yes.
But we are not able to take our ARDMS, which is the American Registry Diagnostic Medical Sonographer test, in order to become certified and work at a hospital.
Right.
So we have to go through
A longer
loops.
process. Yeah.
Yeah,
technically.
and loops in order to pass the stage. And a lot of people drop out at this stage because
Yeah.
it's so
It's the
hard.
hardest.
It's
It's
really hard.
stressful because people will take advantage of you, and they'll have you work for like a little pay, and you're just desperate to work for that just because you know you want your test to be written off.
Yeah. So you have to have the experience. So for me, I had to work for 6 months under a doctor and a stenographer in order to get paid, in order to have my test written off. And then after it was written off, I had to get like a letter of recommendation. I had to do get a CV form signed off. You have to do a lot of things that you won't have to do if your school is accredited. Like you can come, if it is accredited, you get to come straight out of school and basically take your test. You have to take 2 tests. So one is called the SPI, which is like a
Like a
physics
physics,
test.
yeah.
And you could take this one when you're in school, and your school doesn't have to be accredited for it.
Mhm.
And what my school did is, if you take it while you were in school, they would reimburse you if you passed it.
Same here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, give me my money.
Yes. So we were really determined to do that, and then after that, again, like, no one wanted to hire you at that time. So
Yeah.
of course you have to try to work for free, work for cheap, in order to get that experience, in order to get the okay to take your tests. So that was the big thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm technically like in the process of that. So
Yes, Michelle is about to take her test, but for abdomen.
yes.
For abdomen, yes.
So we're
Next
really excited.
OB, yeah.
Yes.
I want to do both actually. I want to do because in order to work at a hospital, you need both. And it's, you know what? I do both anyway. So I was like, abdomen. That's been the first thing I was taught, and it's like really easy.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot, but it's really interesting. Just how like all the organs connect to each other.
Yeah. Right.
But then I started working here, and I started doing a little bit more OB. Actually, Erica's been training me to do OB because I do want to come and go in that field, OB. I learned a lot from her. I didn't know anything. I remember my interview, she asked me to measure the baby. I was like stressing, but don't worry, I got it down now.
Yeah, so they are at different steps. So she is on the process of taking the big license, the RDMS, and Victoria is studying for her SPI.
Yes.
So she's doing the physics part of that one.
Yeah.
And then once you do pass, then what are you going to take your specialty in?
So at first I wanted to take it in breast because for my externship that's what I mostly did.
Breast?
And then but now I think I just want to do OB.
OB,
Yeah.
I think so because I'm like around the babies more. I get to
Yes,
practice
right,
more.
right.
Yeah, it's been a while since I did breast.
Oh, yeah. And I have not done breast a lot, so I will be
no?
totally lost in breast.
I feel like doing breast is kind of scary just because everything looks the same and it's so easy
Yeah.
to miss.
Right. And I haven't had any practice at all in breast. For me, I already have my RDMS in OBGYN, and at first I didn't want to do that because everyone thought that ultrasound only had to do with babies, and I'm
Right.
like,
Oh yeah.
it's way more to that
It's way more to that.
than babies. Like, you could do way more. But then I kind of fell in love with it because I started doing it as like experience, just to get experience under my belt. So that's what happened. But at first I'm like, I don't want to do OB, I don't want to do GYN. I can't find ovaries, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I didn't want to do that.
The same here because I wanted to do just abdomen, like abdominal general, because with general you get a little bit of everything. So you get pelvic exam, thyroid, testicles,
Right.
you get a little bit of everything, so that's pretty cool. And I wanted to do OB, but at school you don't learn OB. They teach you OB,
Yeah,
but it's like you don't get that
practice,
because
right.
no one
Yeah.
is pregnant in class. And if there's a pregnant person, everybody wants to scan them, and you don't get the chance to do that. But working here, she has trained me, and I was like, oh my god, it's actually pretty cool. Like, it's pretty easy, kind of easy, but it's really different.
Yeah, I think it's different because with abdomen, you go there because something's wrong, probably. You like feel like pain, and you're like, oh, let me go get an ultrasound. But here, it's really just to, like, even at your OB's visit, is to check the baby, but most of the time, the baby's okay. So it's really just like fun and love and excitement through OB ultrasound rather than doing like abdomen or breast or something that's more like depressing, I could say.
Yeah, I think that's that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do OB because I feel like, because I'm a female, everybody gonna think I'm doing OB. And it's pretty common. Like, it's no hate like to the people who do OB because I want to do OB, but it's like, oh, she's an ultrasound technician.
Stereotype.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody does
well,
babies.
it's because people don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I guess,
maybe before I got into ultrasound, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, it's just OB.
Yeah,
That's what I
had no
probably
idea,
thought, you know?
too. Yeah.
And it's like way more than that. Alright, so we're taking this moment out to announce the winner of the free 40 ultrasounds for this week. Alright, who wants to choose?
I can read it out loud.
Yep.
Love and Nan.
Alright, you're the winner of the free 3D 40 ultrasound.
Oh, one always sticks out to me. There's actually two that always stuck with me when I was in my externship. So there was like one It was an older lady. Well, she wasn't even older. She was like, you know, like middle-aged. And she lost her husband like a year before she came in, or 6 months before she came in. And she came in for like a breast ultrasound, and she couldn't even like lift up her arm. It was
lump right there.
no, it was like black, like crazy. Like how like they were like, we had to bring in the radiologist, and they're like, how come you let this go on for so long? And she was like, I was scared. My husband passed away. Like her husband used to take her to the doctor's appointments. It was so sad.
So what was it?
Breast cancer.
Oh, breast cancer. They made. Ooh, it probably was like the late stage if it's black.
Yeah, she couldn't lift up her arm. She it was just like this bad, like all right here. And yeah, so at that point it's like,
yeah, that is a horror story.
Yeah.
You have one?
No. Oh.
We do experience some very memorable and happy moments here, and even with like diagnostic ultrasounds, even here, things happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you may have a miscarriage, or sometimes, like I know I worked at another place, and a couple of times I had babies that didn't have a fetal heart rate.
Right.
And that is, to me, the most difficult part of this job, telling somebody that their baby is no longer alive. Like that is probably like the most difficult thing to do as an ultrasound technician for me.
Yeah.
And that has been all of my horror stories. Trying to, mostly I just, like in diagnostics I'll tell the doctor, but in those other instances, when I did work other places, and even here, we had a couple, yeah, you just have to tell them what it is, and yeah, that's the most difficult.
But usually the radiologist or the doctor tells them, right?
The doctor tells them in other settings, but here, like,
it happened a couple times here.
We let them know that we don't see a heartbeat, and to go follow up with like emergency room or something. But that's a difficult thing to deal with. It's not all rainbows and gumdrops all the time with ultrasound, but we do our job.
That's sad.
And then again, if you go anywhere else, what to look for in a technician, to make sure that they're licensed, to make sure that they know what they're doing and they're informational. And again, you have to remember that they are not doctors. So we are called reporters. We report what we see, and then it's confirmed by someone like a doctor, basically.
Yeah.
So we're not able to actually diagnose, but we do know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And that is it. If you have any questions for us, do you want to be an ultrasound technician one day? Maybe you want to open another 3D business. Who knows? Go ahead and comment on below. Once again, thanks for coming back and joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.